Welcome to Julian, Michigan. Day 2 of my challenge. Can I actually film every day? We'll see. Today was certainly a challenge. It did not start out smoothly like I like my days to start. Normally, I'm awake by 5 and I have a cup of tea and wait for my coffee to be ready. And then I get on a group chat. Um, Sometimes at 6, sometimes at 8, depends on. But there's several groups of people that I talk to in the morning, and it sets my day to the just a right space. And I did get on today, but then I had to go out, and not my favorite thing to do. And it's icy and snowy out there, but I took somebody to the doctor, and that's that. And while I was waiting, I ran into Lowe's because I needed to get another gallon of paint for my walls. And I also needed to get a quart of semi-gloss for the trim. And while I was there, I passed the drywall section. And last time I was there, they did not have what I needed. And today, there it was right in front of me. So this is the edging that I need for this archway. So I've been going slow, and I wasn't even going to do any physical work today on the kitchen, but who knows? I've got the supplies now. I can, because I got another gallon of the drywall mud the other day. But this archway, when I moved in, was not in good shape. And so it was one of the early things to go once I realized I was going to do more than one wall in this kitchen. And so my son came over and we pulled down all that was there. And I've got videos. If you look at my tiny kitchen videos, you'll see how we tore it apart, and then cut the drywall into strips and nailed it up, and then drywall mud all the spots and the edging. So right now the condition is that it needs to be sanded, and then I can get a smoothing coat of the drywall mud. And when I do, I needed the edging. So I got the edging today. Last time I was in Lowe's, they didn't have it, and I was passing the counter and looked up. Oh my gosh, they have it in. So it'll be a job because I've got the whole archway, both sides, the kitchen side and the dining room side, but it's doable. And the thing is, I'm here by myself and I can do it whenever I want. If I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I feel like I can't go back to sleep, I don't have to worry about stressing myself and going to go to sleep because I have to get up in the morning. I don't. I can work all night, or I can, you know, do my usual thing and start about 9 o'clock in the morning. And, I wasn't planning, as I said, to work today, but I could. I very really could, because I'm excited about finally having this trim that I needed for my archway. So, I do want to get the rest of the painting done, and I'm starting to make plans for the design. I rearranged the furniture again, and my privilege. Now I have it where I think this is the best situation for me cooking. I don't know if you noticed, but I have measured the walls, the distance, the space, the parameters of the room. It's 7.5 wide by 7.5 long. And then there is this archway through which you pass along the kitchen to the door to my mudroom. And so I'm really working in approximately 50 square feet of kitchen. So the way I have it now is the table is right in front of the window, and the sink, still the laundry sink, is over the kitchen, under the kitchen window facing the backyard. And then on the other side, I've got the microwave and the toaster oven on a rolling cart. So, I'm going to show you here in a minute because I think, you need to see what I'm talking about, and maybe you're interested in how it works temporarily, because I'm not planning on keeping this laundry sink. I'm debating if I really want to put in a dishwasher or not, because it would be nice, but I don't do that much cooking. I mostly cook in the Instant Pot. I bake bread. I use one bowl. I make a loaf of bread at a time. I usually do a loaf of bread 2 or 3 times a week. And I just don't cook big things. And I have a large toaster oven, which takes care of most things. And I have a single burner. I have both an electric one and I have an induction stovetop. And the induction, I don't have the cookware yet. I am able to use a cast iron skillet if I'm grilling something. And so I'm just learning the induction stovetop. But I don't think I'm going any larger than a single burner of the two that I have. And like I say, I debated on a dishwasher, but I really think I'm gonna be happier with a two sink system, washing and rinsing, because the way it is now, I wash my dishes as soon as I use them. It's so much easier when I have one plate, one glass, one cup, one fork, one knife, one spoon, one bowl, whatever. Just wash them by hand immediately, put them in the dish rack, and I don't have a job waiting for me. And the kitchen is pretty bare. I don't have any cupboards full of things. I have one cupboard that has the teacups and tea bags and stevia and my coffee and my AeroPress. If I want, and I have underneath the microwave, there's several plates, just, different sizes. I use the smallest size available, and I have several handmade bowls that I like. I do like handmade pottery, but if I need something else, I still have access to them. I've used the spare bedroom as a pantry, and when I first walk in, it's all food, perishables. And then the second half of the room is all the kitchen equipment and bowls and dishes and things that I've had for years and I just don't use, and I just don't need them taking up space. So I love my tiny kitchen. I walk in here and I think, I love it, I love it. And it's not done yet. I did find the material I showed you yesterday that I'll be making curtains and some chair pads. But in the meantime, here is the trim for the archway. And I'm going to just walk around here and give you a little view of what I'm talking about. But please don't judge too harshly. So this is the wall that has the microwave and the toaster oven. And as I said, my dishes underneath. And then right next to that is the window with the table that I'm still working on. I have videos of how I did the drawer. I refinished the drawer, and I've stripped down the legs, but I still need to paint them. And then on the other side, that's my laundry sink and a dish rack and that little kitchen window. And then right here is the cupboard where I keep my tea supplies. And this was a Christmas present, cutting board with my name and the date, which was very nice. And so just a few little items in here. And then the door that I said this archway passes through on the way to this door to the mudroom. And then this wall, right now, all I have here is the bench. And I don't know if you can see the bench. Maybe. I'll show more of it later because I do want to finish this wall. And I have painted the bench, but I need to sand it and put a finishing coat on it. So that's where I am today. And as I said, this is challenge day 2. And I am planning on doing this every day for 30 days until I just learn this YouTube system, because it's not as easy as falling off a log. Not that falling off a log would be easy. Subscribe if you like, if you want to follow along and see the progress. And I'm hoping for it to be in a really good shape by summer so I can concentrate on my garden and biking. Okay, bye.